This day in sports history.
And that's the end of the first half. As the teams head to the locker room, the Spartans lead the Bulldogs by a score.
You guys stink. Geez, Coach, we're only down a couple of points. No, I mean you guys really smell. You need to hit the showers. And here, I got every one of you new bars of soap from the Sterling Soap Company. Each bar is artisan crafted using natural ingredients and essential oils. They also have shave soaps, colognes, beard balm, and a whole lot more. Now get in there. But Coach, we have another half to play. I don't care. I can't stand to be around you. A few minutes later. All right, bring it in tight. You guys are still playing terrible, but you're smelling great out there. Now listen, you're going to need to stock up for the rest of the season. We got a lot of tough games left. So go to sterlingsoap.com after the game. That's STIRLING soap.com. You got that? Yes, Coach. Great. sterlingsoap.com on 3. 1, 2, 3. sterlingsoap.com. It's April 5th, and on this day in 1993, Chris Webber called a timeout his team did not have. With Michigan returning to the national championship game after beating Arizona last night, the Wolverines have an opportunity to exercise a few demons on Monday against UConn and win their second national title after coming oh so close to that on this night 33 years ago. The Fab Five were in their sophomore year at this point, and they had surprised a lot of folks the previous season as freshmen, streaking all the way to the national title game only to be dismissed by Duke 71-51. So, here they were again, back in the championship game against another ACC team, ready to take that next step to crowning glory. With 20 seconds remaining, North Carolina's Pat Sullivan had just hit the front end of a 1-and-1 to put the Tar Heels up by 2.
Long, a 2 to tie. Michigan will have to bring it.
Oh, he walked and the referee missed it.
Webber brings it into the front court. They have no timeouts remaining.
Oh, he causes too many timeouts. That's a technical foul.
He called a timeout. Michigan doesn't have any.
He got by with a walk, and Jimmy calls a he calls a timeout. He doesn't realize that's Michigan's too many, and so it'll be a technical foul. North Carolina shooting and the ball. A huge mental mistake.
Steve Fisher, the man who'd engineered Michigan's first national championship as an interim head coach in 1989, had told his players in the previous timeout that they did not have any more left. It was a mental mistake at the worst possible moment. But here's the thing. If the referee had called the obvious travel that everybody in the arena, sitting on the North Carolina bench and watching at home on television saw, then we would not even be talking about this at all. The NCAA Director of Officials, Hank Nichols, told his crew after the game that they had dodged a huge bullet. Webber answered questions about his mistake after the game, and then he refused to answer any more questions about it until earlier this year when he sat down with Ernie Johnson, Charles Barkley, and former teammate Jalen Rose for the Bleacher Report.
I wouldn't change a thing. You know, there's so many mistakes that we make in life, and what I've learned is that how we define ourselves is really how we handle our moments.
Webber finished the night with 23 points and 11 rebounds, but all of that got lost in the chaos of the final seconds. And then, of course, the Fab Five was done, with Webber selected as the top pick in the NBA draft a month later. Also on this day in sports history, in 1976, the NCAA finally decided to do the right thing and allow dunking in college basketball to resume. The slam dunk had been outlawed since 1967. In 1915, boxer Jack Johnson was finally beaten. He became the heavyweight champ in 1908 and defended his title for 7 years. In a steaming hot Havana, Cuba, Kansas farmhand Jess Willard connected a left jab to the midsection and then a roundhouse right to Johnson's jaw in the 26th round to put him on the mat for the count. And in 1971, the Miami Dolphins selected Joe Theisman in the 4th round of the NFL draft. Obviously, he never played for the Dolphins. The Toronto Argonauts offered Theisman $250,000 to play north of the border in the CFL, and he took it. Time now for today's That's Got Nothing to Do with Sports fun fact. Did you know that there's a death metal band named Hatebeak whose lead singer is a parrot? Yep, Waldo the parrot is an African gray, and he squawks on songs titled Bird Seeds of Vengeance, Roost in Peace, and Beak of Putrefaction. The band does not tour, though, in deference to Waldo's hearing. This has been an original Thrive Suite production.